The greedy friend's betrayal. The beginning of a beautiful friendship. London was shining under the warm summer sun. The streets were crowded with tourists, office workers, and musicians performing near the famous landmarks. In one corner of the city stood the beautiful campus of the University of Westminster. Among hundreds of new students walking through the gates on their first day was a young girl named Emily Carter. Emily was 18 years old. She had long brown hair, bright blue eyes, and a smile that could make anyone feel welcome. She came from a middle-class family in Manchester and had moved to London to study graphic design. Although she was excited about beginning a new chapter of her life, she was also nervous. She did not know anyone in the city. She walked slowly across the campus, carrying 2 heavy bags filled with books and clothes. Suddenly, one of the bags slipped from her hand. Books fell onto the ground. Before she could pick them up, someone bent down and started helping her. "Looks like your first day is already difficult," a friendly voice said. Emily looked up. Standing in front of her was a tall young man with black hair and green eyes. He smiled. "I'm Daniel Smith." Emily smiled back. "Emily Carter." Within a few minutes, they had introduced themselves and discovered that they were attending classes in the same department. "Well," Daniel said, "I guess we're classmates." "I guess we are," Emily replied. That simple meeting would become the beginning of a friendship that neither of them would ever forget. The new friends. Over the next few weeks, Emily and Daniel spent more and more time together. They attended lectures together, studied in the library, and had lunch in the university cafeteria. Daniel was funny and confident. Emily was kind and thoughtful. They balanced each other perfectly. Soon they became best friends. Their classmates often joked that they behaved like brother and sister. Whenever Emily had a problem with her studies, Daniel helped her. Whenever Daniel felt stressed, Emily encouraged him. One rainy afternoon, they sat in a small cafe near the university. "So," Emily asked, "why did you choose graphic design?" Daniel smiled. "'Cause I like creating things." "And because you want to become rich?" Daniel laughed. "Maybe. At least you're honest." "Everyone wants money, Emily." "Money is important," she replied, "but friendship and happiness are more important." Daniel looked at her for a moment. She truly believed that. She was one of the few people he had ever met who cared more about people than money. Different backgrounds. Although they had become close friends, their lives were very different. Emily came from a loving family. Her father was a schoolteacher and her mother worked in a library. They were not rich, but they had always supported their daughter. Daniel's childhood had been much harder. His father had lost several jobs, and his family had struggled financially for many years. Sometimes they did not even have enough money to pay the rent. Because of this, Daniel had grown up believing that money was the answer to every problem. One evening, while they were walking along the River Thames, Daniel shared part of his past. "When I was a child," he said quietly, "I promised myself that I would become rich." Emily looked at him. "There's nothing wrong with wanting success." "No," Daniel replied, "but I never want to be poor again." Emily could hear the pain in his voice. She placed a hand on his shoulder. "You'll succeed someday. I believe in you." Daniel smiled. Those simple words meant more to him than she could imagine. Years of friendship. The university years passed quickly. Emily and Daniel remained inseparable. They celebrated birthdays together, studied for exams together, and supported each other through difficult times. When Daniel's father became ill, Emily stayed with him at the hospital. When Emily lost her grandmother, Daniel comforted her. Their friendship became stronger every year. Everyone believed that they would remain friends forever. But life sometimes changes people in unexpected ways. As graduation approached, both of them began thinking about the future. Emily dreamed of becoming a successful designer. Daniel dreamed of becoming rich. Very rich. At first, those dreams did not seem dangerous. But little by little, Daniel's desire for wealth began turning into something else. Something darker. Something called greed. Neither of them knew that one day money would come between them and destroy the friendship they had built over many years. And that tragedy would begin with a single piece of news that Emily would receive several years later. To be continued in